Greetings friends, Yoiston here with your weekly upload. Today we are going to discuss what we know about Dagor Dagorath, or the Battle of Battles, that shall bring about the end of Arda and the second music of the Ainur in Tolkien's universe. Let's get into it. Dagor Dagorath is the second prophecy of Mandos, the doomsman of the Valar, as his first prophecy was the prophecy of the North, where he spoke the doom of the Noldor. His second prophecy recounts the end of days in Arda, and the battle that shall come before it. This tale was never published in the Silmarillion, as the Quenta Silmarillion ends with the telling that the marring of Arda would never be repaired. The marring of Arda was the corruption that Melkor had put upon the world, and the fact that it could never be repaired means that the second music of the Ainur, which would restart the world and recreate everything, could not happen. However, this second prophecy of Mandos that speaks about the end of the world is included in the Shaping of Middle-earth book and the Lost Road book. But other books, such as Unfinished Tales and Morgoth's Ring, mention it as well, so I feel that Dagor Dagorath could still fit into the Legendarium, to some degree anyway. Before we jump into the prophecy itself, I wanted to mention that the next time you read some of Tolkien's more renowned books, such as the Silmarillion or the Lord of the Rings, look for references to the end of days, or for phrases that state, "until the world is mended." These quotes are likely in reference to Dagor Dagorath, or something like it, because even though it was not included in the Silmarillion, there were definitely some references and allusions to the end of days. However, even though this was supposed to be the original end to the Quenta Silmarillion, it was removed and replaced. Anyways, let's look at the prophecy itself. The tale goes that when the world grows old, and the Valar are weary, Melkor, or Morgoth as he is known, will see that the guards of the Door of Night are asleep, and he will come back into Arda from out of the timeless void where he was cast at the end of the First Age. Thus he would destroy the sun and the moon to darken the world once again, alike to when he had destroyed the two trees of Valinor. However, Eärendil, the Mariner of the Stars, would descend upon Morgoth in a white and searing flame. Thus battle would be joined between Melkor's dark forces and Manwë's forces of the Free Peoples. We're not sure just how many creatures there are on either side, but I believe both sides are all remaining good and evil forces in the world. However, we do get a few named characters that are there. Melkor is the only named evil in this prophecy, but the named host of good is Eärendil, Tulkas, Eönwë, and Turin. And according to the Unfinished Tales, Manwë himself would join in this battle. And according to Akallabeth in the Silmarillion, Ar-Pharazôn and his men from Númenor during the Second Age had been buried upon the shores of Aman until this battle happens. So they would either repent and fight for the Valar, or continue to serve the Dark Lord Melkor. Either way, those are some of the forces that we may be sure are at the battle, and it is likely that many more men, elves, dwarves, hobbits, and other beings would fight against Melkor, while the Dark Lord's dragons, balrogs, and other foul creatures would likely have come out of the void with him. Tulkas would wrestle with Melkor once again, and at his right side, Eönwë, the Herald of Manwë, would fight with him, and Turin Turambar, whose spirit would be called back from the doom of men for this last fight, would be at Tulkas's left side. The most popular version of this story goes that Turin would drive his black sword Gurthing through the heart of Morgoth, bringing about the Dark Lord's final end, and avenging all of the children of Húrin and the men of the world. However, the Shaping of Middle-earth book states that one of Tolkien's outlines has Fionwë, who is Eönwë, the Herald of Manwë, as the one to kill Morgoth, avenging Erwendai, or Erien, the Maya who drove the vessel of the sun. But I think most everyone, including myself, prefers the Turin version, as Melkor was very cruel to this man during the events of the Children of Húrin, as I shall discuss in a separate video. And Turin's version seemed to be the one that J.R.R. Tolkien and his son liked the most, as this one was almost published in the Silmarillion. Anyways, with Melkor finally defeated, the earth would be broken and recreated. Feanor's Silmarils would be recovered out of the air, earth, and sea, and Eärendil the Mariner shall give his up from the sky, that had been known as the Evening Star. The spirit of Feanor would be recalled from the halls of Mandos, and the elf would willingly give the Silmarils to Yavanna, who would break them and then use their light to recreate the two trees of Valinor. And then the mountains of Valinor would be leveled, so that the light of the two trees could find its way across the whole world. In that light, the Valar would become young again, and the elves and all of their dead would awaken, and Iluvatar's purpose for the elves would be fulfilled. However, this prophecy does not speak about men or other old races of the world specifically, except for Turin, who would be given a place among the sons of the Valar for his deed of killing Morgoth. However, by using the different allusions to the end of days, we can piece a few more things together. According to Ainur Lindale in the Silmarillion, the children of Iluvatar would participate in the second music of the Ainur, and it would be a greater music than the first, and it would bring a new world into being. Men and elves would sing with the Ainur this time, and all of this would happen after Dagor Dagorath. And according to the Silmarillion chapter entitled Of Aule and Yavanna, the dwarves would help Aule remake and reforge the world of Arda, likely after the second music of the Ainur. Other than these details, the Ainur knew nothing more about the end of the world, and the construction of the next, as the vision that Iluvatar had shown the Ainur in the beginning went only as far as the fading of the firstborn and the dominion of men, which I would say is about the end of the Third Age and the beginning of the Fourth. Like I said earlier, there are other small allusions to the end of days throughout Tolkien's works, so the next time that you read some of his writings, try to look out for those references, as they may put certain moments in a new perspective when placing them in the context of Dagor Dagorath. In this prophecy of Dagor Dagorath, we may learn that, in some way or another, justice always happens, and old wounds shall be mended in time. For all the evil that Melkor caused throughout the ages, even he found justice by the sword of Turin, and had to face the judgments of both the brave and courageous in the end. Even though there may always be some measure of wicked beings with foul intent in the world, they shall always be defeated and meet justice in the end, one way or another. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit that like button and share this video with a friend. What do you all think about Dagor Dagorath? Do you wish it would have stayed in the Silmarillion, or are you happy that it was removed and put into other books? Also, are you happy with how the final battle happens, or would you rather it was different? Please let me know in the comments below. For me, I always enjoy learning more about this tale, as it's a very interesting way of tying up the world of Middle-earth. If you would like to contact me more directly, please join us on Facebook and Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe to join the Men of the West and all of the Free Peoples today. I left a poll for next week's Epic Character History on the community section of my channel, so please vote for that, and I will see you all soon. Thank you all so much for joining me on this adventure. Until the next one, my friends.